Hello, listeners. Larry Ryan here. Today, I have to start the episode with a little bit of unfortunate news. It is with regret that Ultra Tri-Fest Canada has decided to postpone all events scheduled for August 3rd through 5th, 2024 until 2025. These decisions are never easy to make as the athletes who have signed up are greatly affected. Unfortunately, like many ultra events post-COVID, we have not had the required number of registrants at this time to ensure the event could go forward in a manner that is fitting an ultra event and also economically viable for the organization. As regular listeners of the podcast would have heard in our recent roundtable episode, there are a number of issues with ultra triathlon participation levels at this time. The Ultra Tri-Fest Canada organization will be addressing those issues for the Canadian branded events, and these include the Ultra 515 Canada, the 515 Nonstop, the 515 Relay, the Ultra 360, and the Ultra 260 Canada Gravel Race. To ensure the viability of the feature event, the Ultra 515 Worldwide Championships, we will continue to collaborate and receive input and guidance from other world races and race directors who are on board with supporting one another in the spirit of Ohana. Ultra Triathlon has always been about more than just the race. It's about the shared passion for the sport, the experience of racing with a crew, and the commitment to push oneself to the limit. Our commitment to delivering an unparalleled athlete experience remains unwavering, thus the decision to postpone the inaugural event rather than compromise on the quality and experience. In the spirit of Kokua, if you wish to offer any suggestions, please do not hesitate to contact us. We wish to thank the athletes who did register for 2024 for their support. We've contacted all of them and they look forward to coming in 2025. And if you want to join us in 2025, just send us an email to express your interest, and we can ensure that we have a viable field moving forward. You can do that by emailing ultratrifestcanada@gmail.com or check out the race information at our website, ultratrifestcanada.com. Links are in the show notes. Now for today's show.
You're listening to 515, the Ultra Podcast, the show that invites you into the lives of people who make up the Ultra family. Here's your host for these conversations, Larry Ryan.
Thanks, MJ. Today's guest is all heart and one kidney, and he's here to tell you about his Ultra 520K race in Cozumel coming up in just a few days. He has a great attitude toward life and a unique 515 Ultra story to share. Today's guest, inspired by Team Hoyt, has raced many challenges with his friend Aaron, who is a person with quadriplegia. Together, they were the first team to compete at a 515 distance race at UltraMX. He holds a master's degree in psychotherapy and has worked with athletes on the mental and psychological side of their training and well-being. I invited him to the podcast to share about his background and to tell you about his upcoming Ultra 520 race, which he organizes in Cozumel. But today, he joins me from Chihuahua, Mexico. Welcome to the podcast, Cesar Guilbert.
Ahua from the north, my brother. Thank you so much. I'm so happy, a little bit nervous because it's my first interview in my life in English, but very happy to stay here with you, with your public.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming and doing this. I know when you're speaking in a language not your first language, it can be a little nerve-wracking. So thank you very much for being brave enough to come and do it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So if I understand the geography correctly, because I was on the maps the other day looking for the path of the upcoming total solar eclipse, which is going to be on April the 8th. I don't know if you're aware of this yet, but I believe where you live, you're probably in about a 90% path of this total solar eclipse. Does that sound about right? Are you aware of the eclipse coming? Are people talking about it down there?
No.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yes.
No, I didn't know nothing about this.
Okay, so there is a total solar eclipse coming that's going to go across Mexico and the eastern United States.
Wow.
Where you are, you're in about the 90% band of this, and it's going to be on.
You say in
8th.
Cozumel or in the north of Mexico?
In Chihuahua, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be just south of the Chihuahua province.
Wow, I didn't know.
It's going to be where the total eclipse is, but where you are, I believe you're going to be able to see about a 90%.
Oh my God, it's crazy. That is crazy.
Do I hear a Chihuahua right now?
I'm in Chihuahua right now.
Yeah,
but I leave Chihuahua the Thursday. I take my flight to Cozumel.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to miss this beautiful moment because I don't know what's happening in Cozumel because it's very, very far away from Chihuahua. I don't know if the view is going to be the same.
Yeah, I believe it'll probably still get some of the path. I don't have the map in front of me right now, but yeah, it'll be less, I guess, because Cozumel's further to the east, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about where it is that you live then in Chihuahua. What is it like there for doing your training and stuff like that? Are you in a big city, a small town? Do you got country roads? Do you have mountains? How do you do your training?
Chihuahua is a beautiful. We are close to Texas, so we share the Sierra Madre. So we have big mountains like in Colorado, like in Denver, and we have the desert. We are in the middle. I live in the city of Chihuahua. It's like 2 million people in Chihuahua City.
Okay.
It's a big city. And I live in Cozumel. I live in both. And now we try to move to close to Mexico City for the other goals for the Tribu, or the objective of the Tribu is building a sport and cultural institute there for help the people. But we are in the north, in the south. Chihuahua is really nice place to train for the altitude. Mm-hmm. And I'm third generation of Tarumaras. My grandfather was Raramuri, born to run this kind of books in the Sierra of Chihuahua. These guys, ultra racing, indigenas of Mexico. So my families come from this kind of culture. And I want to say I feel the power, but no, I feel, the sensation of why I can running with this kind of spirit. Mm-hmm. The Tarumaras, they say they running not for competitive or for be competitive. They running because for say something for the earth. For example, we say forgiveness. They ask for forgiveness. I hope you can understand. Yep. Thank you. So they live the sport in different way. So I have a small point of view of this. So Chihuahua, you have mountain, you have desert. It's really nice place to live, but it's difficult for the insecurity.
Oh yeah,
we have big problems, but it's part of the life. Like Mexican, we accept that and we live with this.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful place for living, even with insecurity.
Yeah. Okay. I can hear a dog barking quite a bit. Is there a chance that you can?
Bro, welcome to Mexico. Okay. It's not my dog. It's the dog of the neighbor. No, okay. It's crazy. Mexico is always like this.
Okay.
It's impossible.
No problem. Okay. So, Cesar, how did you start out in triathlon? Was there a person who introduced you, or did you take part in ultra running first, or swimming or biking, one of the disciplines? How did you start out in triathlon?
It began in 2003. after returning from a 6-month project traveling around Latin America, I was traveling with social project. So when I back to Chihuahua, I feel this kind of energy to find something that will give me the capacity to inspire me.
Okay.
Yeah. So in this moment, I remember the YouTube video of Hoyt. You remember in 2005, 2007?
Yes.
And I was crying, bro, crying like crazy, because I feel the message of these guys.
Right.
And so they give me this kind of inspiration for take the decision for make something very difficult for me in this moment, because I never was in the sport. I always was in the music, cultura, art. But I was a little bit, not like fat, chubby, but
Yeah.
It was very difficult for me, for example, the bike, because I never was in this kind of bikes, too aggressive for the body. Swimming for the first time, I remember the video that my coach take to me swimming, was crazy, ridiculous. Right. But with this beautiful faith, with beautiful faith for make the best effort for myself, for give something different to me and my family. And I call this inspiration.
Nice.
Yes.
Now, did you actually meet the Hoyts at some time, or did you just see them on YouTube?
When I was in Boston, because I had invitation, because they helped to us for the wheelchair. We work with them for the wheelchair. So they have medical issues in this moment. We can see each another, but I was there and I work with a team of them, because in this moment they have something medical, and they don't have the capacity to have people. But we were very close with the team, and we work a lot with them in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
And now we are very, very sad about they pass away, but very happy for that what they leave to us.
Right. Yeah. They've inspired so many people.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. And so did you already know Aarón Reza Lozoya, I believe is his name, your friend? Did you already know him at this time? Or was it because you were kind of inspired by what Team Hoyt was doing that you wanted to see if there was someone out there that you could help bring into the triathlon world?
Aarón and I, we meet in 2013, is right? 13? Yes?
Yep.
We are from the same city. We have common friends. And for me, it was very easy to connect with him because we have the same cultura, we have some friends. And he had a background of sports. He was in football, soccer, professional in third division.
Okay, nice.
And he was running in 400 meters velocity.
Yeah.
And when he had the crash accident in the car, 2 years later, I remember I called him and I said, I have something beautiful for you and for me. And his answer was, what is that? I want to give to you the capacity to have voice. And he said very fast, yes, I mean.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Really fast. After that, we tried to make our own wheelchair in Mexico, but this was very difficult because it's a lot of technology.
Right.
In the small details, like vibration, like security, materials, Right. So this moment was very difficult because this kind of chairs is very expensive, really expensive. So in this moment, we tried to find help with the Team Hoyt. in this moment was beautiful because they talk with Vibram, this brand of
the running shoe. Yes.
Yeah, but the Italian brand, the Central Italian, and wow, that's what's beautiful because they send a beautiful letter of love for Mexico.
Oh.
And they say, we believe in your message. We believe in what you want to say to the society. And we don't want to be your sponsor. We want to be your friends and your community. So this is for you. And they send the wheelchair, bro, to Chihuahua.
Yeah.
We pay nothing. And we receive this kind of love and respect for the team Hoyt.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, Aarón and I, we say, oh my God, what we going to do? We have everything right now. This is the moment that everything starts and that we have a lot of difficult, but we have a faith.
Mm. How many races did you two attempt together, and what sort of distances were you doing before you attempted the 5:15 race?
We was in Cozumel 2 times with a 70.3.
Okay.
In honest word, was very easy because we had a Ultraman in the minds,
Right.
It was easy because we have a lot of work. And after that, we just jumped to the Ultraman from 70.3 to the Ultraman.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the small knowledge about the Ultraman in my life in this moment gave it to me the capacity to say yes. Because if I know what is Ultraman, I'm saying no.
Right. Yeah.
I hope you can feel me,
Yes. Sometimes not knowing how big of a thing it is an easier step into it. Yes. So you had not done a 5:15 event on your own prior to this. You and Aarón doing it together was the first introduction into it. Wow. That's a big step.
Yeah. And I remember when I was in Zacatecas with Van Sanchez, with another beautiful community.
Yeah.
I have 3 yells with me, like Iron Man.
Yeah.
and a small bag of food. And they say, this is for the Ultraman? And I was like in my mindset, it's an Iron Man, but 3 times,
Right.
Man, Iron Man 3 times.
Yeah.
It's all. And they say, no, bro, you are crazy. And in this moment, it's when I feel the love of the community of Ultraman.
Yeah.
Because the people give me the protection. The other athletes give me the knowledge, the capacity to, hey, bro, understand this. You need to make this. You need blah, blah, blah. Don't worry, blah, blah. It was amazing this moment, bro.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So did you guys bring a crew with you, or did you have some locals help to crew for you? How did you manage the crewing portion of that?
We have some friends there, but in the same situation like me, no experiencing nothing.
Right. Yeah.
I remember in this moment for somebody to save us, Mario Quintero. Now they are working, Aarón and him, they are together.
Oh, yeah.
Because my message is only me and Aarón. It's not my history. Right. I was in the small part of the history. I want to give to him the courage to say, bro, let's go create your own life. So in this moment, Mario, he was our savior in this moment because he had an experience in the Ultraman. Mm-hmm. So he was a nice help to us. But in this moment, we create the crew. It's not easy.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not easy like Latin American athletes. It's very expensive, really expensive for us.
Right.
It's like 6 or 8 months of work, of money,
Yeah.
So we need to take in Ultraman in their Mexican race. You really need community.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think that's for all of them for sure. I would like to find out about maybe some of your unique issues that you might have faced competing as a team. I mean, there's enough issues competing as a single individual with your training and your fueling and your pacing. But as a team, there must have been even more issues piled on top of that. Like even just in the swim, like with the tow rope, is that like catching in your leg? Is it like messing up your swim stroke? Like, can you tell me a little bit about some of the unique issues that come up racing as a team?
Yes, we had a good ones and the difficult ones. For example, the medical situation of Aarón. Mm-hmm. We need to be always very, 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 very focused, because he feel anything from the neck to the, how can I say this? He doesn't feel nothing from
neck down.
So we need to have somebody just for him, like not like doctor, but very close to him to understand him. Mm-hmm. This kind of the weather, because he had no work it, the regulation of his system. Right. We need to cover, even if it's very hot, he feel cold.
Yeah.
But in the other way, I have something beautiful. Something is a plus in my situation. I always ride with a friend together.
Right.
And it's very difficult the moment when you are alone with your own thoughts. I never was alone, I always talking. You remember this kid? Oh yes, bro. And another friend. You want to read? Yeah, bro. Always. So for me, it was very easy.
Right.
It's more easy, like if you are alone.
Yeah.
And another shortcut, my hands. I put my hands over the bars.
Oh yeah.
If you see that the technical of Rick Hoyt is the same, you can run more faster. You have more weight, but your position is more natural to the front. It's a little more easy. So you have the capacity to put your body in your arms. You have more. You have more. Less. No, more. No. You have less pain in your body because you have another support.
Right. You have another position you can go to relieve the back, things like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in this kind of competition, this is a lot. Obviously, it's too much heavy. Yes. Yeah. But I just my own pace, and I was comfortable. And this is a good.
Yeah.
But the bike, bro, no, the bike is, oh my God.
Is it difficult to control?
No, it's impossible. It's difficult. It's really heavy. Yeah. The wind, the hills. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, it's impossible. If you had a Ultraman with too much hills, it's impossible.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Yeah. In Mexico, I haven't been. Vans invited me many times, but I haven't been. I understand that there's one point where you come down a big hill, and then do you go onto gravel from the bottom of a big hill?
Yes, La Bufa is crazy. We need to disconnect Aarón in this moment, because we are like a trailer.
Right.
If we don't have brakes in the wheelchair, I'm going to lose, like tumbling. I don't know how to say in English.
Yeah, like slide sideways. Yeah.
And we disconnect Aarón for safety. We don't have the technology for brake in the same moment, the bike and the wheelchair. So this is very difficult when you go down with Aarón.
Yeah.
So I was alone in this moment, very happy.
Now, you did not finish the Ultraman race or the UltraMX race, and you attempted it 2 times. Was there something you learned in the first one that helped you in the second? And you're saying that maybe it's too hilly, that it's impossible to finish, but what did you learn from 1 to 2? Or is there something that you think other people that might team up in the future to do this, that you would have some advice to give them?
In the first one, I can understand the powerful of this kind of competence. I can understand the limit of on my body. I can understand the limit of my mind. In this moment, I can understand what's mean sport and love together, because I was experienced in Ironman. I want to say I love Ironman. Mm-hmm. I feel very grateful with Ironman because I'm here for Ironman. It's real, because the brand, the marketing, they have a lot. So I enjoy a lot Ironman, but it's too much people to create community.
Yeah,
it's too much people to be intimacy. And in the first one, I understand the power that I have, and in the second one, I understand my fragilidad, my fragile. I don't know how to say.
Fragility.
Yes. Yeah, like the butterfly in the north, they can travel around United States and Mexico, and you can kill one butterfly just with one finger. So in this moment, I was in an interview with Telemundo, it's a TV broadcasting, and they asked me, "You are a really, really strong man," and I say, "No, I can understand my fragilidad, my fragility,
yeah,
and take the win." But this is my most powerful learning about Ultraman. Mm-hmm. In English word, because in Spanish I can say a lot.
No, that's great. Yeah. You talk, you're speaking now of the fragility, I guess the other thing that I found unique about you is that you're the second person that I've interviewed who's a live kidney donor. The other one was Lucy Ryan in episode 5 of season 2. But you've also been a live donor, and I'm guessing that may have put a little bit of fragility into your body as well, as far as your ability to train or race, or has it? Do you find that you are the same person, same capabilities with your one kidney? Maybe just share a little bit of your story about how you came to be a donor. Yes. If you like, who did you donate to? Why did it happen? How did it happen? And then maybe we can follow up about how it affected your athletics.
Yes, this is a beautiful history for me. I was someone. I want to give to myself a gift to myself, and this consequence is to help for somebody. It's like a fruit. You have the tree, the shadow, and the fruit. So when I meet Bethzabe, she's a girl from Mexico City. She was very, very sick. And she had a big problem because my kind of blood is difficult, like her.
Right. Her blood type was not easily matched.
Very difficult.
Right.
So we made match like 99%. This is the miracle. So when I talk with her, I remember I make the phone call one Monday to 7 a.m. and I say, Bethzabe, I have a beautiful kidney for you, and it's safe here.
Yeah.
She was. I remember she was crying.
Yeah.
Crying. Thank you. My life is changed. Yes. A lot. But my body now, for me, was very normal. Not like normal Monday, but was not difficult. I have the capacity to start training 1 month later of the surgery. because I have nothing bad with me. I only was
right
in recovery.
Yes. Yeah.
But in my mindset, everything changed. I have now the capacity to see how fragile is life. Because 2 days before to the surgery, she take my hand and he walked with me, and I remember she said, "Cesar, I want to show you from where you saved me." And we are walking in the hospital, talking with another guys, and they don't have donor, and they don't have any solution.
Right.
It was very difficult, bro. And in this moment, I understand how beautiful gift for her and for me.
Right.
And my life changed a lot in this physical now. I feel really normal and very.
But the fact that you were able to see what you were giving to her, it just changes your perspective of life.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. Was the transplant successful? Was her body able to take the kidney?
Yes. I remember because I have a beautiful relationship with the doctors, even now. And they say, "Cesar, you give to her a Ferrari."
A Ferrari?
Because they say, my kidney is 15 centimeters, 50. No, I have problem with the numbers. 15 centimeters.
15 centimeters? Okay.
And she has, in Bethzabe, she has 7 centimeters even kidney. So one kidney of me is like for the 2 kidney for her.
Okay.
Now she's healthy. Now she's happy, and she's trying to be pregnant. Right? See, is the one have a baby?
Oh yeah, get pregnant.
Yeah, she's trying to be pregnant. Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes, she's
so
really
maybe you didn't save one life and keep one life in the world. You're bringing another one in with your Ferrari.
Yes, we saved 3 lives because after this, we create an inspiration for another people make donation.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yes. Two beautiful people, 2 beautiful person. They follow our way and create another like this.
What a great story.
Yeah.
and then how long was it after the surgery that you were able to do your next competition, and what was it?
2 months. It was a spring triathlon.
Just 2 months.
Just 2 months.
Oh.
Now the science is really crazy, because my body was really strong.
Yeah.
And it was nice.
And did that happen before your 515 career or after? Where is that in the timeline?
Before.
Okay. Yeah.
2 years before to the first Ultraman. 2 years.
I mentioned in the opening that you have a master's degree in psychotherapy. So,
yes.
And you have used that to work with athletes. Is this like your main source of income? Do you coach the mental side of stuff? Or how do you use your degree, or do you do something totally different? What do you do for work?
Yes. My emotional intelligence is more for this kind of psychology therapy.
Right.
But in the college I was studying business and administration. Okay. After that, one university gave me invitation. I'm not psychologist, but they understand I have empiric knowledge, and they give me the opportunity. But at the same time, I'm not psychologist. I cannot give therapy because I'm not psychologist, but I have the master's degree. But I can use like a tool, in my life and in the with like coach, because the mindset is very, very important,
right? Yes.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
And the mindset of the athlete, they have the mindset for be strong and faster. Yeah, I agree with it, but they don't have tools for work with frustration, with passions. A lot of small details that make the difference, even in the race. This contextualization about a lot of ideas, For example, no pain, no gain. It's not true. It's not true. In the honest life, it's not true.
Right.
If you have pain, it's a sensor to say, hey, slow. It's not for, I need more. No, bro. This is not smart.
Yeah.
No, in the sport, in the life, is the same. It's a small details, When you see athletes in the triathlon, I make one question. You want to live a sport, the sport situation, or you want to be athlete? You want to live an Ironman, like amateur experience? It's beautiful.
Right.
It's beautiful. 1 year, enjoy the process. Don't be afraid about the time, because you are not athlete. You want to experience a sport experience.
Right.
But if you want to be athlete, it's really different. Really different. Different kind of tools. Yeah. Even how many time you have, how many money you want to put in your own career.
Yeah.
So the mindset, in my opinion, make a lot of difference, not only for race, for the life.
Right. And so is this your way of earning an income then? Are you the mental coach, or what? Are you independently wealthy?
No. Oh my God, I wish. We are a collective. Like collective, we create healthy for society. We have another different market. We work with people with no resource, with no money. So it's difficult now to try to find the way to make money. If they don't feel the necessity for this, they don't want to pay for this. So now I want to show them how beautiful and how good result can give to you if you have the capacity to understand how you understand the life. And is for me, is in this moment, is not for create a healthy situation for this, is for create community.
Yeah. It sounds to me like for you, there's a lot of intrinsic motivation that you want to bring this beauty to the world, and at the same time share it with other people. And one of the topics that I often discuss on the podcast is with athletes and their mental health. So I guess maybe one of the things that you're trying to help these athletes with is maybe not just the fortitude to get through the race, but maybe also sometimes their mental health, because it seems that people involved in the ultra distance events tend to have a much higher incidence than the general population with some sort of mental health disorder or issue that they often fight through. And they use this as a way to see beauty in the world and to get their endorphin rush from their exercise. And that's their medicine. Do you have any experience with that, either, personally or in your coaching, where this kind of sounds like it rings true to you?
Yes. Is for the athlete, it's easy to understand how they can be a more faster, more strong. It's really easy. It's about if you have discipline and responsibility is really easy. Mm-hmm. But how you're going to use the software, if I can put example, And in this moment, we need to see the tools that we have. What kind of tool we have and we put in the sport, because maybe we use some tool for make money, but it's not the same for the sport. Maybe we have some tool for living a romantic life, but this is not the same for the sport. So try to understand the context, and the balance is not easy, but at the same time it's easy. So when I was 30 years old, now I'm 44, I tried to kill myself. Very, very happy and very, very honest with me, because I say, I don't like this life. I want to go. Mm-hmm. And I told this with this kind of ligereza is lighting. I thought with this lighting because it's more normal that we say. It's very normal when we feel I don't want to live.
Right.
It's natural, but we don't understand the life. You have a start and you have something you're going to end. And this moment, if you have a disconceptualization about this, you can understand the beauty of the life at the same time. If you see the I don't know this word in English, the stoikos the stoicismo is a philosophy from the Greece to talk about you are living, yes, but you're going to death. Mm-hmm. So what are you going to do for living in peace, not happy, in peace? Mm. It's really difficult living in peace. How you can be in an Ultraman in peace? They don't know how to be in peace because they want to feel the peace, and you don't feel the peace. You put in practice of peace. You never feel, I feel the peace of the world in this moment. No, you need to put in practice, and put in practice the truth, the peace, the forgiveness to yourself, bro. Mm. Sometimes the things happens different than you have the plan. And you in this moment, like athlete, you have no capacity for resilience. You don't need to work, be more faster. You need to, maybe you need to see how you can start to working in the resilience, in the peace. It's difficult because I thought for myself, I want the life like very faster, and I want quicker everything. So I have a lot of histories, but at the end, it's the same. We live with frustration. Mm. And if we start the sport with the same tools, we're going to have the same results. If you don't feel happy with your life, and if you don't feel in peace with your life, it's going to be the same in the sport. Right. Because you have the same tools. And it's not about the spiritual, it's not about your emotion, it's conductual. It's the tools that you have, in my opinion. Mm. So when I work with the athletes, for me, it's really easy because my first step is you have the capacity to have conscience. If you have conscience, the most difficult part of this is have responsibility about this conscience. And this is very difficult. Mm.
How do you think you've come to find that peace? What was it that changed in your life that brought you to be able to recognize that and live in that way?
It's a good question, because I don't remember one moment to see, I feel peace. I remember the moment, and I was in Playa del Carmen, is in front of Cozumel. Mm-hmm. And I was with a knife in my neck, crying a lot. Mm. And I remember I said, it's going to be really easy. Just like that. But in this moment, I remember something, Larry. And I say, I remember because I never hear, I don't feel from the heaven. I remember something. My soul is powerful. My soul is not sick. It's just the life happens. This is the life. The life is you have justice. Justice is the word in the life. No. 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 The life is a nice place to stay. No. It's a natural. And even the death is natural. Even the if you see the tree in the winter, you have no fruit, you have no, how you say it?
Leaves.
And maybe it's for 6 or 3 months difficult. But if you understand the balance, it's just like dancing. In my opinion, I found this in the most difficult moment of my life. Like a man, like a man, I take the decision, no, I'm going to live in peace. It's not about for what I have, it's for who I am. And that's what the moment in the middle of the jungle with a knife in my neck.
And after that realization, you've just been able to find more things to bring you that balance and that peace, and to move you forward toward living your best life, I guess it is. And
Yes.
And obviously you still have your times where your tree doesn't have any fruit and it doesn't have any leaves, but now you have a better understanding of, well, that will come back and I can look forward to that.
I found the beautiful balance of the life. It's nothing wrong and it's nothing too good. It's in the middle, you know.
Yeah,
It's like a well. It's like a well in the, I don't know, in Mexico we say rueda de la fortuna, well of fortune.
Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Yes.
You could be in the top or in the down, but the most of the time you are in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
In my opinion, in my life.
Yeah. And so this has kind of then brought you, and you've touched on this a little bit, into this business collective that you are a part of. It's sports, it's social, it's, I guess, some spiritual, if you want to use that word, that makes it a collective. Can you tell me a little bit more about what that means? You call it La Tribu? Is that
yes,
how you
La
say
Tribu.
It? Okay.
La Tribu.
La Tribu. Tell me about that.
We are an organization of individuals with similar objective. We want to use the sport and the art for health.
Your original thing, that being the artist. Yes.
Yes. But for example, we have a discussion in the mental society about ego. You know, the ego. You need to
the ego.
You need to fight back with your ego. Now, if you are in the sport or in the art, when you cross the finish line, your ego is going to be very strong because you have congruence with you. You're training a lot. You work a lot for this moment. You can, yes, glory to me. Of course, you can dance in the finish line. We work for this.
Yeah.
So your ego is going to be strong and healthy. Even the art, if you see a rapper, a singer, they feel very secure, you know, because they have a congruence. They work a lot with the art. They work a lot with the show. So if you, in the sport, you can give to the man and the woman the capacity to feel plenty and show what they have inside. Because if you are mad with the life, okay, come with me and we can go run. We can cry together. We work with box athletes. We work with
boxing. Yeah.
triathletes and running athletes. Okay. And if you have a lot of emotion, the sport and the art is a beautiful solution. And you feel that. We feel this because when we feel overload, we're running or swimming and the peace is coming. No, because you say, I want to feel peace. No, because you have the responsibility to create art with your pain. With your pain. So you create a Ultraman with your pain. You create an Iron Man with your pain. So we understand that, and we want to give the opportunity to live this beautiful community to the people, to the normal people, not the crazy people. Because in the triathlon, when the people say, we are a crazy people, no, we are not crazy because we are planning, we make an effort, we put a lot of money. Yeah. We are very structured people. We are responsible people. Right. So I want the people understand the beautiful capacity they have, because when they say Ultraman is impossible for me, yes, with this mindset, yes. But it's not difficult. It's not difficult. Yeah. It's not.
So I guess for you, you're doing Ironman 70.3. You see the Ironman brand, the business, all the people. It's all very, I'm there to get to the finish line. And you appreciate the sport side, but maybe it doesn't connect with your passion and things like that. And then you connect with Aarón and you're able to express that and do some races with him. And it's not just about you anymore. It's about you helping to share with Aarón. And then you come to Zacatecas, and there's this whole community of 515 people that they are like you. You kind of find your people. Is this a fair assumption as to the path, the story you've been telling today?
Yes.
Yeah. And so obviously this leads to the next logical step with your collective. You say, I want to share. I want to put on a race. I want everybody to be able to experience this. And so now you set up shop in Cozumel and you're giving us a 520 race. So let's move on and talk about that.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. I assume, many people have gone to Cozumel that are listening to this to race an Ironman or 70.3 before. Maybe tell us a little bit about your course in Cozumel. I assume there's some overlap, so you could describe it in ways that people will know. How challenging is your course? Would a person be able to do it in a partnership? Is there not too many mountains? Is it a little more flat? Maybe this is the one that people could go to and complete. Tell us about your race features.
Yes. The route is not continuous turns. Is not like Ironman.
Not laps.
No. We have one lap, but no, it's not like too many laps. Okay. No. It's difficult to explain it without visual support because it's really difficult because Cozumel is small.
Right.
So it's impossible for me to explain in English. Okay.
Okay.
But the swimming, we have Chancanab. Chancanab is a beautiful place. We have loops of 1 kilometer.
Okay.
In Chancanab, and the bicycle stage, I think, is the most difficult for the wind, for the weather. And at the last, we have altimetry. Like 1,500 meters for the 3 days. It's not totally flat because we have 1% false.
False flat.
Yes. My God.
1% grade, which is like continuous. A false flat.
Yes.
You think it's flat, but you're actually going.
And for me, like triathlete, this is more difficult because if you are healing, you see the top of the hill.
Yes.
And you say, they're going to pay me. But Cozumel, no, bro. Because the wind can change even in the morning or in the afternoon.
Uh-huh.
So in my opinion, we create a monster. It's really difficult.
Mm.
The last year, we have only one finisher in the time. The winner.
Oh, my goodness.
Only one of 17 athletes.
Wow. Okay.
So the third day, you have one loop big and the half loop of all the island, entire island.
Yeah.
So you have a difficult issues with the wind, with the salt, with the sun, and the deshydratation is really hard, like crazy. So but the community in Cozumel is always support the people because they love the Ironman and they can understand Ultraman. You can feel me?
Yes.
They say, wait, how you say that? 10 kilometers? It's more like Ironman? Yes, bro. No way, it's impossible. Yes, I say the same.
Yeah.
And so in Cozumel, when you say you are Ultraman, they feel crazy. They don't understand.
So do you have a large group, a good crew that has come back to help you out over the years? Is this your third race that you've put on now coming up?
The fourth
race. Your fourth race coming up.
Fourth.
Okay. And for the listener, the race is coming up just in a couple days. It's going to be from March the 30th to April the 2nd this year. So tell me what's going on in the first three events then. Tell me some of the things you've learned. Tell me about how the athletes, what are the numbers have been going along, stuff like that. Well, how's the history of this race gone?
The first edition, obviously, we have no experience, but we have a lot of love for this, the word I can find. Obviously, I have a lot of mistakes, but no big one, no big one, because you can have problems with the event. The finish line, the colors, but the community is always strong. I compare Ultraman like elephant.
Elephant.
The elephant, is slow to make a step, but when they make the step, you can stop him.
Yes.
Yeah, you feel me? You understand me?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. So now, what we learn, create community with the sponsors,
right?
Make another kind of negotiation, because we are not enough for this kind of brand, because we are a small community, really, really small community.
Yes.
So if you talk with whatever you want, with Gatorade, with Electrolyte, with whatever you want, how many athletes you have? 20? Really? You have? It's very small. Yes. But I say to them, we are a small event, but all the eyes of the community in the country is over the event. Right. Because like triathlete, we have an ego very strong. And if you are no Ultraman, you say a little, but the eyes of the community is over us.
Right.
Yes.
So
we find a way to have voice with this kind of brands, to the government, to make a community a lot of connections.
Yeah.
And now we are strong enough financial, because if I give you my numbers, you can understand how we can create this. Right. Because for this Ultraman, we run all the event only with $3,000. All the event, bro. Yes. Pay flame for the staff, food, because we have community. not only with the athletes. We need to share. And when I talk with them, they say me, what you offer to us? Nothing. Nothing. I have nothing to offer you.
Right.
But I want you can see how beautiful this tree could be. And how beautiful shadow. And the brands start to watching us. Right. The brands they are happy with us.
So the years you spent in business school did not go unused. You were able to convince these people to come in and fund your race for you.
Yes. Why we have this kind of financial issues? Because we have a lot of people with social projects, like athletes, and we have support. How you say? We say in Espanol, becas, when the people not pay for something, becas. A scholarship, like a scholarship. Yeah. Because if you send pictures or work what you do with a society, with child, with people, we feel the responsibility with you to give the voice to the voiceless, to the faceless, and the sport is a good tool for this.
So you're saying the athletes are sponsored basically because they are doing something for another organization. Is that what you're suggesting? Like they're promoting a cause that is close to them, and in return they're sponsored to do the race.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's our goal.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me a little bit about this year's event that's coming up. How many people do you have participating this year? What's the breakdown for, say, male, female? Do you have any international athletes attending, or is it all national Mexican athletes?
We have this year's is the more slow year for us. We have only 13 athletes.
Okay.
But I have from Russia, Puerto Rico, Guatemala, USA, and Mexico.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yes. But we have different, we have not only 520 distance.
What are the other distances that you offer then at the race?
We make something really easy. We separate the days. For example, we give the people the opportunity to enjoy or living the experience of the one-day aqua bike. Only swimming 10K and the bike road of the one day.
Okay.
They end in this moment. And they need to have crew, everything the same. We understand to give opportunity because a lot of people come to Ultraman with a lot of fear like this, So it's not like this. Live in this community. And
what are your distances for the aqua bike event?
Is 165 kilometers.
And how much is the swim?
10 kilometers. Is a day one of the Ultraman.
It's like a day one, yeah.
Only one day one.
Yeah.
And the other one, we create another distance for 315. It's in 2 days. 5K swimming.
Yeah.
115 kilometers bike. And the second day is 100 kilometers in the bike and 50 kilometers running.
50 kilometer. Okay. So they do an ultra marathon.
2 days.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 days. This is difficult because it's 2 days.
Right.
And you have the transition from bike to running in the same day.
Right.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
With crew, with everything like Ultraman. But they feel more safe. It's not 520.
It's not 3 days. Yes.
Yeah, it's not 3 days, but it's more difficult in my opinion.
Yeah.
And we have 520, the regular, the normal. Right. And we have the Black Ultraman, no continuous Ultraman.
Okay.
This is crazy because the difference that we have with Van, because they have a continuous in Querétaro.
Yeah.
Our route is all the island. It's not a small
loop.
Course,
Yes. Yeah.
It's not loop. It's the same like the 520.
Right.
So in middle of the night, you are in middle of the jungle in the bike.
Right.
In middle of the jungle, it's difficult the night riding because you can find crocodiles, you can find snakes, you can a lot of crazy things there.
Okay. Yeah, that makes it interesting.
It's difficult. It's really difficult because you need another kind of preparation for this. We need to talk a lot with them. We need to ask a lot of experience because this is not a sport experience. It's survivor experience.
Yeah.
It's different.
Sure. Yeah.
It's different point of view.
Yeah. And then if they're biking at night, would you have their crew follow directly behind them with some nice lights on for them and stuff like that?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
And overnight, there's not a lot of traffic on the island moving anyway.
All the island, they know there's some athletes is in the night.
Right.
And the police. So we were very close with the government.
Okay.
They know every details, but it's very risky, even if the people know.
Yeah.
But we only have 3 finishers of this distance.
Oh, okay.
Only 3.
Yeah.
And all the distance is in the same week. So we create a beautiful community.
Oh, yeah.
In the same days.
So how does it line up?
Okay. The lineup is the one day start 315, 520, and 165.
Okay.
The one day.
Yeah.
The first day. And the second day start the Black Ultraman.
Okay.
They start the Monday because they have 36 hours. And the finish line, they end at the same time like the 520.
Gotcha.
Together. They are in the same route together.
Yeah.
It's a nice experience. It's like a festival.
Yes.
It's like a week of triathlon. It's different concept.
Yeah. That's the same thing that I was looking to do with Whistler as well, is have a variety of different formats, but all happening at the same time and paths that cross one another back and forth.
Yes.
Always come through a central area where the main action is going down.
You create community because when you see the guys of the 520, you feel inspired for them, and you say, "Want this the next year? Yes, you can do this." So we give like a child, come on, you can do it, bro. Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. That's great. I love it.
Yes.
Are there any athletes that stand out in your races coming up? Are there any people that we would know, veterans from around the world, or anybody with a crazy ultra resume that's coming in, or is it a lot of newbies coming in for the first time?
I think every Ultraman in the world have a beautiful history inside. And we have a lot of histories, but we have 2 guys. One guy from Puerto Rico, Jonathan Perez. He weighed 200 kilos. Now he weighed 80 kilos.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He was crazy and he worked a lot with love and respect for him. And he's coming to make the 315 with us. Another history, beautiful history, is Barbara Guerra from Guatemala. He was driving in his car and a trailer crashed with her, the front.
Yeah.
He lost all the mobility of the legs. And 2 years ago, with a lot of work, with a lot of love for her, she can walk. And now she's coming only for swimming with us. Okay. Just for swimming, because we want to give the opportunity to she feel this community. Yeah. The last year we have a Dr. Powar Chubas from La India. He's 67 years old, and he was in 520 Ultraman. He was all the time. We had finisher, like normal finisher. We honor them. You can have podium, We have finisher all the time. You have not the time, but you can still in the race.
Right.
But we cannot honor you and the same like the others.
Right.
But so we recognize your effort.
You have your finishers and you have your participants who finish, but maybe don't make the time cutoff.
And always, before to give the medals, I talk with the finishers and I say, you are finisher, but your brothers, they are not finisher in the time. What we can do? And, the community of Ultraman is beautiful. They say, I feel the same for them. We are in the same.
Yeah.
It's a lot of details. It's a lot of details in Ultraman. A lot of details. So we still honor to the people they have issues, but
right. So coming up at your race, is there a way for the listener to tune in and see what's happening this year? Do you use Facebook or Instagram? Do you have any kind of live tracking? Do you have YouTube videos? How do you guys get your information out so that we can follow along and see how the athletes are doing this year?
Thank you. We work a lot in Instagram. It's our most bigger scenario for us. Yeah. And you can find all the information there in Instagram. We in the event, we make a lot of living, streaming, talk a lot with the people. So you can find us in Ultra La Isla in Instagram.
Okay. And I will put those links with the show notes for this and in the Facebook post for this episode so that people will be able to find those really easily and connect with you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Was there anything else that you wanted to say about your race that we've neglected to hit on?
I want to make an open invitation, not only for living like athletes, like crew. It's a beautiful experience, in my opinion, because the only thing that we have is love for the athletes. So living this is a different experience in the life of the people. The capacity to put your life for safety for others, the capacity to put your capacity for help others. I want to share invitation to the people to living this experience. If you want to live like athletes, at least you need 1 year of training. Right. But if you want to live this like human being, it's really easy. And it's beautiful because you have a small community, but with big heart waiting for you.
Yeah. So yes, come in and crew, come in and volunteer at the race.
Yes.
You're going to have just the same experience. And clearly this is the life you've led of giving and trying to have these experiences rather than, focusing on maybe getting to that finish line in 36 hours. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your story.
So much.
And telling us about your race. And I look forward to following it and seeing if we can get more than one person to the finish line this year.
I hope to. Thank you so much, Larry, and thank you for the people.
Hey, if you liked what you heard today, please tell a friend and be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. We'd appreciate it if you'd rate and review the show while you're there. Drop the names of the people you think we should interview and we'll get in touch with them and make that happen. Thank you for listening to 515, the Ultra Podcast, a production of 55 Enterprises. Now really, go subscribe now before you forget.